Hello babies, welcome to Down to Earth Divinity. It is Sunday, October 16th, and I'm happy to be reading for you today. Today we're reading from the Goddess Guidance Oracle decks with Doreen Virtue. I know there's some controversy surrounding Doreen Virtue, but I still love these decks, and I still feel the spirit in which they were created. I hope all is well with you, and I wish blessings on you and your loved ones. The first card that we have today is Nematona. She is a Celtic goddess. This is about creating sacred space, create an altar, or visit a power place to connect with the divine. This doesn't necessarily have to be a literal altar. It could be your home, nature, with people you love, in the bath, with your animals, during your time of movement, during times of prayer, meditation, but just really devoting yourself to that consistently. If there's days when you're too busy to do this, understandably, we all have busy lives, we all have full schedules. This is just a sweet little reminder that this is really going to be integral to loving yourself and healing whatever needs to be healed, and recharging your batteries, your energy to enjoy your life, to be successful in whatever way you define that. Obviously, just by existing, you are successful. But this is just all about creating that sacred space and knowing that you are sacred in order to keep that vibration high. On the days when it's not high, that's okay too. We are human beings. But this is a reminder to look to that and prioritize it. Kali. Love this card. This card has definite energy and vibrations of the Death card in the Rider-Waite Tarot, as Kali is the both giver of life and death, both of which are intrinsically connected, nothing to be afraid of, but it is about endings and beginnings. The old must be released so that the new can enter. Kali is obviously a Hindu goddess. She is an ass kicker. So I feel as if this card is trying to quote unquote kick your posterior into action. Whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, whatever dreams that you are trying to manifest into reality. And I apologize about the sound in the background. Life goes on and my laundry is going on in the background, but this is still a sacred space even though the laundry is happening. But that's what this card is about. If you have things that are ending in your life, friendships, a relationship, a job, oftentimes whenever we pray for something to change and it happens, that there is this big change that is a precursor to what you prayed for. It can make us afraid, it can freak us out, it can scare us, but really we're not understanding in that moment quite yet as human beings that space is being cleared for the new, for what we prayed for. And in order for what we pray for to come into being, something may have to end. In order, sometimes it's not even something, it can be internal. Some part of us has to change or quote unquote die in order for a new part of ourselves to be born. That's what this card is about. White Tara, sensitivity. This is very much connected to Nematona. White Tara is a divine feminine aspect of the Buddha. It says you are becoming increasingly sensitive, avoid harsh relationships, environments, situation, and chemicals. This is related to your increasing sensitivity, your psychic abilities, being an empath, as many people say, and that's a very complicated topic that we're not going to delve too deeply into in this reading. What being an empath means, there's a lot of debate about that. But just be aware that human beings, as a very wise woman once said, we are tender beings. And we need to take care of ourselves, even if you identify as an empath or a light worker or have trauma in your background or whatever the case is. We are tender beings. We deserve to be taken care of. If there are things that are quote unquote triggering you all the time, like in relationships or in environments, that might be something you want to take a look at. And, you know, be more tender with yourself and your spaces, in not just creating an altar, but also realizing that your whole life, your energy, your time are all sacred. You're sacred. So just be aware that it is important for you to listen to what happens in your body when you're around certain people or in certain environments or watching certain things on TV. In workplaces, obviously, we all, you know, in terms of logistically our lives, we have to do what we need to do in order to meet our financial needs and the needs of, you know, our families. But in terms of long-term planning, are the environments that you're in, are the people that you're with, are they people you want to exchange energy with? Are they environments that you want to be in? Sometimes, you know, a lot of times we can be gaslighted by others into thinking that there's something wrong with us simply because we don't fit into a relationship or a friendship or an environment, when really it's just you're asked to pay attention to the fact that that's not where you belong in that relationship or friendship or workplace or whatever it is. So something to be aware of moving forward in your week and in your life. And this card, it's pronounced Donna, if I'm not mistaken, according to the guide. This is a Celtic goddess that predates when the Gaelics invaded Ireland. She is the high priestess equivalent in the Rider-Waite Tarot. You have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. So this is about you sharing your gifts, however those manifest. Whatever that looks like for you, whether it's, you know, something that, you know, is very simple, or whether it's something bigger, whether it's over the internet, doesn't mean you always have to make money off of something. We're really kind of brainwashed by capitalism into thinking everything has to be about commodifying something and making it into a business. If you do want to make it into a business, that's beautiful, and blessings upon that, as long as it's for the highest for you and others. But you know, we can also just share our knowledge just because we feel called to do it, whether it's online, whether it's at events, whether it's through writing, teaching, whether it's in our own family with our friends, or whether it's on a larger scale. So that is what this card is about. It's really about honoring your voice and telling the truth and being authentic, but doing it in a loving way. So just to review, this is about honoring your sacred space, honoring yourself as sacred, and all parts of your life and energy are sacred, which is very much connected to this card, and honoring your sensitivity and paying attention to the environments you're in, and how things affect your mind, body, and spirit. This card, Kali, is very much about endings. There are things that are ending, but don't be afraid or scared of that. that can be an answer to a prayer, and it can be clearing the space for things that are new. And this is about how important you are, your voices, your gifts are, your truth are, and that we all need to hear it. And it is a blessing upon us, and you are a blessing upon us and this earth. And thank you so much for being here. I feel so blessed to have been part of giving you this reading, and much love and light to you and yours. This is Down to Earth Divinity, and my name is Cecily.